go! Let's go! Eat it! You stupid, stupid, stupid snakes. Don't worry, when I say snakes, I mean the Philadelphia Union, not Leo Messi. But what's up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my boys in gold, Nashville SC. And oh my goodness, if you're waking up this morning, if you are a Union fan, I don't feel bad for you at all. Because you had chances, we will get into it, but you had chances to beat us and you could not do it. Maybe you could in the past, honestly. Maybe you could have beat the old Nashville SC, but not this one, no. No. Everyone thinks that our win against the Union at the start of the season, that was just a little fluke win. No, it was not! This Nashville team is a great team, so let's get into another reason why. Nashville SC beats the Philadelphia Union 1-0. Now, what I will say to start this thing off is that, when you look at the final score, if you didn't watch this game, I'm honestly so sorry, but you missed a good one. You missed a great one. But when you look at the final score, it's a 1-0 match. Some would think that, there's not many highlights in there. Oh, yes, there is. So, let's dive right in. Let's talk about it. So, coming into this match, I don't think there was any need for any hype, because the hype was there. 1 versus 3 in the East. 1 versus 4 in the Supporters' Shield race. And even more than that, these are two teams in the Union and Nashville who have been red hot as of late. The Union, they went on an 11-match unbeaten streak. It was snapped by the Crew last week, so they were looking to bounce back. And they had a big boost in their classic 4-2-2-2 lineup by adding Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan made his first career start with the Union 15 years young. The youngest to ever start in a match. But you know what? What I will say is that, that's a pretty bold move for the Union. Starting a 15-year-old in his very first start over your leading scorer, Ty Barabo. Hey, it was a bold strategy by their manager, Bradley Cornell, in my opinion. I can't knock him for that. For Nashville SC, we all know the story. Unbeaten in 13 straight coming into this one. We only made one change to our lineup after our victory over DC, and that was, of course, with having Tax Seth back in the lineup. A minute into this match, Moyle, he looks like he got hit with just a devastating Braun Breaker Spear, courtesy of Glessness, which that was a common theme throughout this match. All of the physicality. I'll talk more about that in a bit, but that would not set the tone. Moyle getting laid out, that did not set the tone for how this match started. 17th minute, we have 69% of the possession, and this is where we really started to have some nice chances. 15th minute, Tax Seth with a cross to Honey. He comes in, he shoots, but I think he just had a little too much power on it because he hit the post. Oh my gosh, Honey. In the moments, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, Honey, that's a golden chance right there, and he hits the post. Blake was beat dead to rights. There was no way he was going to make that save. But you know what? Sitting here right now and just knowing everything else that happened, in hindsight, that might have been, as far as Hani's mentality, that might have been a good thing that he hit that post. But anyway, 21st minute, Lovitz, he had a cross to Moyle, but Blake, he saved that one. Now, don't get me wrong, I know who we're playing here. This is the Philadelphia Union, one of the best teams in this league. They're having a great season. I knew that they were going to get their chances, most notably in the 23rd minute when Wagner, he rifles this ball in. And Joe Willis, I don't know if he got a hand on this. I'm not sure. But Palacios, he made sure that ball did not go anywhere near the back of the net, laying his body out in order to make sure that the Union did not score. That is what I'm talking about right there. That's why we got Palacios, for plays like this. Soon after that, in the 30th minute, here was more of that physicality I mentioned earlier. The Union have a free kick, and Glesnes, he jumps up, and he just headbutts Joe Willis right here. Now, I do understand that Glesnes in the moment, he was going for the play, and it looked like when he knew that he wasn't going to get this ball and he was going to hit Joe, it did seem he did show just some restraint, but still, there ain't no way. No way he is going to do that to our goaltender. We made sure to let him feel it. There was a lot of physicality in this match, in this first half especially, I feel like. And another common theme, again, I talked about the physicality, but another common theme was all the fouls. And I felt like, honestly, just a little bit the refs, they were favoring the Union a little bit more than us. I mean, whether it was Seth, Palacios, whoever tried to make a challenge on the ball were getting called. I feel like we were just getting calls every 10 seconds. That's just, and that was rough for us as far as momentum goes. However, the fans, the lucky fans who were in attendance for this match, they made sure to let the refs feel it with our classic "Refs, you suck" chant. And on that note, we headed to the second half. As far as the second half, again, the score was 0-0 heading into it. I feel like both clubs, they wanted to have better plays, better quality plays in the final third. And certainly both clubs, they did do that. 50th minute, Donovan for the Union trying to score on a cross, but Joe Willis right there, right place, right time. We got to give it up for Joe. I'll give the credit where it is due to our team and the guy that scored the game winner, but give credit to Joe. I mean, he made some great saves in this match. Absolutely give him props. And with Joe being clutch as he was, I had high hopes that we were going to be the ones to finally score. But then I get a shot right in the heart. 63rd minute. Perez gets called for a kick, an unintentional kick. It was an unintentional kick to Barabo's face. But the refs, they pull out that red card immediately, and Perez is sent off, which to me, I was mad, but I was also a little bit confused because if we go back, now hold on, didn't Hani get kicked in the face? That's why he was rubbing his head when he was talking to the refs during that moment. Where was that call? Hani doesn't get it. Hani doesn't. Barabo gets the special treatment, and Hani does not. That does not make sense there. That is bias right there. And can I be honest about just another thing? I felt like many Union players in this game, they were so petty. They were so whiny. Prime example right here, and I wrote this down. There was a moment when Sam Surridge, he supposedly, according to Wagner, he kicked the ball to his head, and Wagner didn't like that. And you know what? This was after Perez was sent off. So Wagner, you think that a pro like that, you think he would show some restraint and not risk losing that man advantage. But no, he gets in Surridge's face. But again, he's doing that when earlier, there was that moment when he pulls down Nehar. It looked like a horse collar tackle. Wagner, we're not playing American football. We're playing soccer here, okay? I didn't understand that. Wagner, honestly, dude, stop being a big whiner. Stop pulling Nehar down and stop complaining about Surridge supposedly hitting you with the soccer ball, even though, Sam, he was just kicking it in that direction. He didn't mean to hit you. Be a man and get out and stop crying about it. Honestly, though, if Wagner wanted to whine and cry for the rest of the match, I wouldn't mind that at all because I was looking for this clock to just tick away. And hey, if we came away with this 0-0, down a man with 30 minutes left in this match, I would have been fine with that. Absolutely, I would have been content. We still got a point and our unbeaten streak would continue. But no, not this club, not Nashville SC. Even when Perez got sent off, even in stoppage time, we were still aggressive. We were still fighting. We were making challenges. And you know what? That's what I love about BJ Callahan. His determination, his coaching, and it's rubbed off on these guys absolutely. And in the 96th minute, it comes full circle. Hani, he's coming into the box with speed. It looked like he might get a shot off, but he is tripped by McKenna. And at the moment, the refs, they did not call this, but after looking at the replay, they made the right call. Finally, you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it to have all of the calls not go our way in this match, to have this one be called right, because this was crucial. A penalty is assessed. We have a chance to steal 3 points from the Union. But here's what was so interesting about this whole thing is that this was, again, in the 96 minutes. We played up to 8 minutes of stoppage time. This was it. This was probably going to be the final chance for us. And on PKs, our prime penalty kick scorer was not out there. Sam Surridge, he got subbed out. So, initially, I thought that Bunbury was going to take it because he was holding that ball like it was his own child. You know what? Good for Teal. Good for him standing his ground and not letting the Union players try to mess up the grass or pour water on it or anything like that. No, Teal stood his ground. Good for him. And good for Hani. Great for Hani. Hani, my boy, who has had, some will say, a down year. But you know what? Those people, they didn't look at the stats. They don't look at what Hani really contributes to this Nashville club right here. He's so good in creating plays and in some cases scoring. But in terms of the penalty kicks, this has been an area for Hani Mukhtar that he has regressed in this year. He was 1 for 3 on penalty kicks this season. But Hani, he steps up. He puts that ball down. And again, we go back to the 12th minute when Hani, he has a huge chance to kick off this scoring, to score. He hits the post. And this is what I was talking about right here in terms of his mentality. Because Hani, I think because of that moment, Hani hitting the post, he got so mad and so angry. And I bet he said to himself, man, if I have just one more chance, I am not going to miss it. And Hani, he steps up. He steps up. He takes that ball. He kicks it into the nets. Oh, let's go, baby. In Geodis Park, they go absolutely crazy. They go wild. Me and my dad, we were just holding on for dear life. And when Hani scored that PK, it's like, yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go, baby. Again, just all the calls that did not go our way all night. All the chances that we had that did not go our way. And here, when the initial call was not a penalty, I would have said to myself, I would have came on here and said, you know what, we should have had that penalty. We could have possibly won this game. But you know what, the refs, they got it right. I will bash them in the future. I know that for some horrible calls and, you know what, some awful non-calls. But not here. I give them credit for doing the right thing, giving Hani and us a chance to win this game again. Mukhtar, ice water in his veins. He was not going to mess up this chance right here. Once again, Nashville, we win big. We win 1-0, stealing 3 points from the Union. And oh my goodness. You know what? When people look at Nashville and they look at this unbeaten streak that we've been on, perhaps there could be an argument made against us. Like DC, New England, those are easy teams. Not the Union, They had an 11-game unbeaten streak, snapped by a very good Crew team, which we will play very soon. But that's who we played in this match. And you know what? We took it to the Philadelphia Union. They were on their heels. They were panicked in some moments. And for me, you know what? That just makes it all the more sweet. Because we have a moment, a big-time moment. Hani scoring. And you know what? Good for Hani. Good for Hani. Again, fans will say what they will about Hani. And how, he's having a down year. Like how he's in Surridge's shadow. No, he's not. Hani Mukhtar is still making big-time plays. He is still a huge part of our team, and he is one of the best players in MLS. Let me break it down like this, okay? If we look at the most goals scored in MLS at the start of 2020, that is 5 years. 5 years where so many players could be at the top of that list. For all the Nashville haters out there, sorry. Like, it's not Denny Bowanga, it's not Acosta, it's not Gazak, it's not Brian White. It's Hani Mukhtar. Hani Mukhtar has scored 75 goals since the start of 2020. Top of the league. Now, who's in second place? Well, if we look at this right here, if I'm looking at this list that I have pulled up right here, in second place with the second most goals is Christian Arango. But the margin, that's what's even more impressive. Hani has 75 goals. Arango has 63. Hani Mukhtar has over 70 goals since the start of 2020. And Arango's not even close to him. I mean, what more do I have to say to prove to the fans out there that Hani Mukhtar, my boy, our boy, he is still one of the best in this league. He's had some great moments for us over the years, and he adds another one to his just already amazing career with this epic penalty kick game winner right here. Congrats to Hani. Congrats to Joe Willis on another great match that he had again. Got to give him his flowers. He made some great saves, especially in the second half. And props to us. Congratulations to my favorite team, my favorite soccer club, Nashville SC, on another statement on why we are one of the best, if not the best clubs in MLS. The most consistent club, in my opinion, in MLS, absolutely, my boys, Nashville SC. We still have a long list of matches and opponents that we got to play. Some tough guys in there. Miami, Columbus, San Diego. We got DC in the Open Cup. But I think what Nashville SC has taught us in this match especially is that never count us out. Because whether it's 1 minute in or 98 minutes in, we will make you pay. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salute to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go boys and go!